Have you ever considered the relationship between Stoic principles and the art of letting go? It's an intriguing concept that invites us to dive into how Stoic principles can influence our ability to release attachments and confront life's challenges with inner peace. Before I'll start, don't forget to click like and a subscribe. And if you will enjoy it, share it with your friends and family. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's everything for me. Letting go can be quite challenging, often requiring specific tools and knowledge. Without these resources, it might seem nearly impossible. Lack of understanding or guidance can leave us tethered to individuals who inflict pain, events that weigh us down, thoughts that hinder progress, or fears that hinder our growth into our desired selves. Consider a person who has experienced a difficult breakup. Without the tools and understanding to cope with the emotions and thoughts that arise from this experience, they may find themselves continuously dwelling on the past, feeling stuck in a cycle of longing and regret. This lack of knowledge and guidance can keep them tethered to the pain of the breakup, hindering their ability to move forward and find peace. Similarly, imagine someone who is held back by a fear of failure. Without the necessary tools to manage this fear and cultivate resilience, they may avoid taking risks or pursuing their goals, ultimately limiting their personal and professional growth. This fear becomes a barrier to their desired self-improvement and fulfillment. In both scenarios, the absence of specific tools and knowledge leaves individuals tethered to negative emotions, thoughts, and fears, preventing them from letting go and embracing a more positive and fulfilling outlook on life. The Stoic dichotomy of control, Epictetus, through his lectures, emphasizes a fundamental principle, distinguishing between what we can control and what we cannot. He teaches that our thoughts, choices, desires, and actions are within our realm of influence, while external factors like our bodies, possessions, reputation, and circumstances lie beyond our control. In the context of letting go, we face various choices. We may linger in wishes for a different past, mourning changes, losses, or missed opportunities. Alternatively, we can adopt an objective perspective, acknowledging the new realities we encounter. By recognizing the limits of our control, we take responsibility for our own thoughts and actions, and we move forward. Importantly, letting go doesn't mean suppressing emotions. Instead, it involves acknowledging and experiencing emotions while maintaining control over our thoughts and actions. We retain the power to shape our own path and take ownership of our decisions and behaviors. Consider a person who has recently been laid off from their job due to company downsizing. They might initially feel overwhelmed by feelings of disappointment, fear, and uncertainty about the future. Without the guidance of Stoic principles, they might dwell on the injustice of the situation, lamenting their loss and feeling powerless to change it. This mindset can lead to prolonged suffering and hinder their ability to move forward. On the other hand, if this person applies Stoic teachings, they would recognize that while they cannot control the company's decision to downsize or the circumstances leading to their job loss, they do have control over their response to it. They can choose to accept the situation as it is, take responsibility for their own thoughts and actions, and focus on what they can do to adapt and move forward. By practicing the art of letting go according to Stoic philosophy, this individual can acknowledge their emotions without allowing them to dictate their behavior. They can choose to redirect their energy towards exploring new opportunities, improving their skills, or pursuing alternative career paths. In doing so, they regain a sense of agency and resilience in the face of adversity. Viktor Frankl's statement emphasizes the concept of personal agency and resilience in the face of life's challenges. Here's a breakdown of its key components. 1. You cannot always control the events that unfold in your life. This acknowledges the inherent unpredictability of life. Despite our best efforts, we cannot control every circumstance or outcome. External events, such as job loss, illness, or natural disasters, can occur beyond our influence. 2. You retain the ultimate control over how you perceive and respond to them. While we may not control external events, we do have control over our internal responses to them. This includes our thoughts, emotions, attitudes, and actions. Even in the most difficult situations, we have the power to choose how we interpret events and how we decide to respond. In essence, Frankl is highlighting the importance of recognizing our agency in shaping our own experiences and responses to life's challenges. Instead of feeling powerless or victimized by circumstances, we can choose to approach adversity with resilience, finding meaning and purpose despite the circumstances we face. This perspective empowers individuals to cultivate inner strength, adaptability, and a sense of purpose even in the midst of difficult times. Let's consider a hypothetical scenario. Imagine you're facing a situation where you've been passed over for a promotion at work. Despite your dedication and hard work, someone else was chosen for the position. This event is beyond your control. You cannot change the decision that was made by your employer. However, you still have control over how you perceive and respond to this situation. 1. Perception. Instead of viewing the situation as a personal failure or a reflection of your worth, you could choose to see it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Perhaps there are areas where you can improve your skills or expand your knowledge to become an even stronger candidate in the future. 2. Response. Rather than dwelling on feelings of disappointment or resentment, you could channel your energy into productive actions. This might involve seeking feedback from your employer to understand areas for improvement, exploring other career development opportunities within or outside the company, or even using the setback as motivation to set new goals for yourself. By exercising control over your perception and response, you transform a potentially disheartening experience into a catalyst for personal growth and resilience. Despite the disappointment of not getting the promotion, you maintain agency over your own narrative and actions, ultimately empowering yourself to navigate the situation with dignity and purpose. Reframing your perspective. The essence of Stoic philosophy lies in recognizing how our thoughts shape our emotions. Through altering our perspectives on the world, ourselves, and others, Stoicism becomes a transformative tool for enhancing our lives. Stoics argue that much of our suffering arises not from external events, but from the interpretations we assign to them. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius illustrates this idea. If external circumstances distress you, it's not the events themselves causing pain, but rather your perception of them. And you have the power to change that perception at any time. Similarly, Epictetus emphasizes, it's not events that disturb people, but the judgments they make about those events. Let's think of a practical situation where we can apply this. In the scenario of being stuck in traffic, the Stoic perspective involves recognizing that while you cannot control external events like traffic jams, you have full control over your response to them. Stoicism teaches that events themselves are neutral. It's our interpretation of them that determines our emotional response. Instead of viewing the traffic as a negative obstacle, you can choose to see it as an opportunity for something positive. Perhaps it's a chance to practice patience, mindfulness, or gratitude. By reframing your perception, you shift from frustration to acceptance or even appreciation of the moment. We need to emphasize the importance of focusing on what's within your control. In this situation, you can control how you react to the traffic delay. Rather than succumbing to anger or stress, you can choose to respond with equanimity and resilience. This might involve taking deep breaths, listening to calming music, or using the extra time to plan or reflect. By choosing a constructive response, you maintain your inner peace and well-being despite the external circumstances. In essence, we should encourage individuals to cultivate a mindset of acceptance, resilience, and personal responsibility. By applying these principles, you can navigate life's challenges with greater calmness, clarity, and strength, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Your insights beautifully encapsulate the essence of Stoic philosophy and its practical application in everyday life. By consciously developing our perspectives, we gain the ability to transform how we respond to events, thereby reducing their negative impact on our peace of mind. Moreover, nurturing a positive outlook enables us to recognize opportunities and silver linings even in challenging situations, fostering resilience and increasing overall happiness. When it comes to the practice of letting go, applying Stoic principles involves examining our attachments and questioning our reactions. 1. Exploring opportunities. When faced with the need to let go, it's natural to focus on what we're losing. However, Stoic philosophy encourages us to broaden our perspective and consider the potential opportunities that may arise from the change. For example, the end of a relationship could lead to newfound independence, personal growth, or the chance to pursue new interests or relationships. By embracing these possibilities, we shift our focus from loss to potential growth and transformation. 2. Identifying benefits. Even in challenging situations, there are often silver linings or positive aspects to be found. Stoicism teaches us to look for these benefits and view the change through a more constructive lens. For instance, losing a job may provide an opportunity to explore new career paths, spend more time with family, or pursue long-held passions. By recognizing and appreciating these benefits, we can ease the process of letting go and approach the change with a sense of optimism and gratitude. 3. Alternative perspectives. Our initial reaction to change is often influenced by our perceptions and beliefs. Stoic philosophy encourages us to challenge these perceptions and consider alternative viewpoints. This might involve questioning our assumptions, seeking input from others, or reframing the situation in a more positive light. By exploring different perspectives, we gain a deeper understanding of the change and uncover new possibilities for response and adaptation. 4. Assessing control. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the idea of focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. When faced with change, it's important to assess which aspects of the situation we can influence and which are beyond our control. For example, while we may not be able to control external events or other people's actions, we can control our own attitudes, choices, and behaviors. By focusing our energy on what we can control, we empower ourselves to respond to change with resilience and agency. 5. Determining the best path forward. Finally, Stoicism encourages us to approach change with clarity and purpose by carefully considering our options and making informed decisions. This involves weighing the potential outcomes, considering our values and priorities, and choosing a course of action that aligns with our long-term goals. By taking deliberate and thoughtful steps forward, we can navigate the process of letting go with confidence and conviction, knowing that we are moving in the direction of growth and fulfillment. By expanding on these principles, we deepen our understanding of Stoic philosophy and its practical application in the process of letting go and embracing change. Cultivating gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool that helps preserve our inner peace, especially during life's unexpected challenges and moments of envy. This concept is deeply ingrained in both Western and Eastern philosophies, offering comfort and satisfaction amidst life's trials. The wisdom of the Greek philosopher Epicurus echoes through the ages. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. This quote serves as a poignant reminder of how desires and expectations can obscure our appreciation for the blessings already present in our lives. Reflecting on Epicurus's message encourages us to cultivate gratitude by shifting our focus from scarcity to abundance. By acknowledging and cherishing the richness already within our reach, we unlock a source of joy and contentment. This practice not only enriches our daily lives, but also fortifies our resilience and emotional well-being, empowering us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and gratitude. It's natural to set goals and desire material possessions like a new house, car, or phone. However, it's important to maintain a balanced perspective on these desires in relation to what we already have. When we become overly focused on what we lack, we risk constantly feeling dissatisfied, envious of others, and disconnected from the present moment. This mindset can prevent us from fully appreciating and enjoying our current circumstances as we anxiously await future fulfillment through material acquisitions. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, astutely observed, "They lose the day in expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn." This highlights the tendency to overlook the beauty of the present while fixating on an uncertain future. On the other hand, embracing gratitude for what we have and recognizing that others may covet what we possess allows us to fully engage with the richness of the present moment. By cultivating contentment with our current circumstances, we avoid being consumed by future aspirations. In the context of letting go, this shift in mindset involves accepting loss while remaining appreciative of what remains. It means finding fulfillment in the present without clinging to what's been relinquished. Epicurus captured this essence with his words, "The fool's life is empty of gratitude and full of fears. Its course lies wholly toward the future." This serves as a powerful reminder to cultivate gratitude and find contentment in the present rather than endlessly pursuing future desires. Imagine you've been eyeing a sleek new smartphone for months, eagerly anticipating the day you can finally upgrade. You envision all the features and capabilities it will offer, convinced that owning it will enhance your life significantly. However, as you await its release, you find yourself constantly comparing your current phone to the latest models feeling dissatisfied with its performance and features. You become preoccupied with thoughts of what you don't have, longing for the day you can finally obtain the new device. Practicing acceptance. Epictetus, the Stoic teacher, emphasizes the concept of acceptance in this passage from his discourses. When you are delighted with anything, be delighted as with a thing which is not one of those which cannot be taken away, but as something of such a kind, as an earthen pot is, or a glass cup, that when it has been broken, you may remember what it was, and may not be troubled. What you love is nothing of your own. It has been given to you for the present, not that it should not be taken from you, nor has it been given to you for all time, but as a fig is given to you, or a bunch of grapes at the appointed season of the year. But if you wish for these things in winter, you are a fool. So if you wish for your son or friend when it is not allowed to you, you must know that you are wishing for a fig in winter. Epictetus uses the analogy of appreciating things in life to everyday objects like earthen pots or glass cups. These objects are fragile and can be easily broken or taken away. He suggests that when we derive joy from something, we should do so with the understanding that it may not be permanent. Just as we appreciate a fig or a bunch of grapes during their season, we should appreciate the people and things in our lives while they are with us. He warns against wishing for things out of their natural context, likening it to desiring figs in winter. This implies that there are times when certain desires are not feasible or appropriate. For example, longing for a loved one who has passed away or wishing for a friend who is no longer in our lives is futile and may lead to unnecessary suffering. Overall, Epictetus encourages us to embrace acceptance of life's impermanence and to find contentment in the present moment, rather than clinging to desires or lamenting over what we lack. This mindset fosters inner peace and resilience in the face of life's inevitable changes. Marcus Aurelius shares a similar sentiment on change, writing the following in Meditation: "Frightened of change? But what can exist without it? What's closer to nature's heart? Can you take a hot bath and leave the firewood as it was? Eat food without transforming it? Can any vital process take place without something being changed? Can't you see? It's just the same with you, and just as vital to nature." In this passage from his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius reflects on the nature of change and encourages acceptance of its inevitability. He starts by challenging the notion of being frightened of change, questioning whether anything can exist without it. Aurelius then uses vivid examples to illustrate his point. He asks if we can enjoy a hot bath without burning firewood, or consume food without it undergoing transformation. These examples highlight how change is not only a natural occurrence, but also essential for basic functions and processes in life. By drawing parallels between these everyday phenomena and broader natural processes, Aurelius emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things and the inherent necessity of change. He suggests that just as these transformations are integral to sustaining life, so too is change vital to our own existence. Ultimately, Aurelius encourages us to recognize the intrinsic role of change in the world around us and to embrace it rather than fear it. He reminds us that change is not something to be avoided or resisted, but rather accepted as a fundamental aspect of life. Embracing change allows us to adapt, grow, and evolve in harmony with the natural order of the universe. Acceptance stands as a powerful antidote to the resistance we encounter when faced with unfavorable circumstances. Whether it's the loss of a job, the passing of a loved one, the end of a relationship, a house fire, a physical injury, or any other challenge. Embracing acceptance is crucial for resilience. Regardless of the nature of the change, it's vital to understand that change itself is a fundamental aspect of the universe's natural flow. It's not a personal attack directed at us, but rather an inevitable part of life that affects everyone. To foster resilience amid change, it's essential to cultivate acceptance. This entails acknowledging the reality of the situation, taking responsibility for our reactions, and moving forward with determination. By embracing change as an intrinsic part of existence, we empower ourselves to adapt, evolve, and thrive in the face of adversity. By embracing acceptance, we shift our perspective from one of resistance to one of openness. Instead of fighting against the inevitable, we choose to surrender to the flow of life and trust in our ability to navigate its twists and turns. Acceptance doesn't mean passive resignation or giving up in defeat. Rather, it empowers us to respond to challenges with clarity, resilience, and grace. It allows us to let go of the need for things to be different and find peace within ourselves, even amidst life's uncertainties. Moreover, acceptance enables us to reclaim our agency and control over how we engage with change. Instead of being swept away by the currents of circumstance, we become active participants in shaping our own destiny. We harness the power of acceptance to guide our actions, make informed decisions, and chart a course forward that aligns with our values and aspirations. In essence, acceptance is not merely about enduring adversity. It's about embracing it as an opportunity for growth, transformation, and self-discovery. It's a journey of inner resilience and empowerment that allows us to thrive amidst life's inevitable changes. Conclusion: consider someone who has recently faced a significant loss, a missed job opportunity that left them feeling adrift and disheartened. Initially, they may resist the reality of their situation, grappling with feelings of frustration, anger, and despair. However, as they embark on the journey of acceptance, their perspective gradually transforms. They acknowledge the loss and its impact on their life, but instead of dwelling on what might have been, they embrace acceptance. They understand that change is an inevitable part of life, and while they cannot control external circumstances, they can control their response. With acceptance comes a sense of liberation. They let go of the weight of resistance and open themselves to new possibilities. They channel their energy into positive actions, such as exploring new opportunities, developing their skills, and nurturing meaningful relationships. As they navigate this journey of acceptance, they discover inner resilience and strength they didn't know they possessed. They learn to trust in their ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. Rather than viewing setbacks as obstacles, they see them as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Ultimately, through the practice of acceptance, they emerge not only stronger, but also wiser and more compassionate. They find peace within themselves, knowing that they have the resilience to overcome life's challenges and the wisdom to find meaning and purpose in every experience.